Hello, everybody. Happy Lunar New Year to everybody that is celebrating today. I still have to gamble as fulfillment of my Lunar New Year's celebration. So we have a bit to talk about. We got PRs, we got event info. We're going to be taking a look at Hololive English in Japan. We also have Revival of the Commandments, Seven Deadly Sins. We're going to take a look at the prices, Saikano as well. Bang Dream, and we're going to take a look at the Japanese release of Slime 3. Lots to talk about today. So first up is Lunar New Year 2023. The Weiss Schwarz team would like to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year and lots of luck this rabbit year. So I'm going to test my luck a little bit later. Stop by your nearest official shop and check out how to obtain an exclusive Lunar New Year PR pack, which is really nice. You see the red envelopes over there. We also got a Shiyoko PR card. I really do like this card. It would be cool to actually get my hands on it. And the interesting part is it says stop by your nearest official shop and check out how to get it. There's a lot of questions on how you even obtain it. It seems like some stores, or maybe all the stores, I don't want to say all, but let's just say a bunch of people asked that probably would have known how to obtain this, and nobody actually knows yet. So we will see what actually happens. I look forward to getting my hands on one of these, and the reason because I went over to my parents, and my brother, sister, they all came down, and sister-in-law were there. My wife was there, and my sister told me locally that there was a store that actually does Weiss Schwarz, that they actually have people play, and she saw this listed on the one page. So we went down to the shop, checked it out. It's really cool. It is a decent drive for me, but probably doable. So I can officially say that I can play this game with other human beings now. I'm really excited for that. It's really cool. I'm excited. I'm trying to figure out in my head which deck I'm going to play with first. So it'll be nice. And before I couldn't talk about cards as much, right? A person that's just playing against themselves, you don't have other strategies that go against like what humans would really do. So we have all of that. I may be able to talk about cards in the future, like actually playing it and not just money wise. Anyways, because there is an actual shop, I can now get these PR cards without having to buy them on TCG Player. So February 2023 shop tournament, we have Brains of a Genius Kaguya. Nice looking card, I will say. And then you have Bang Dream down there for January 2023. Speaking of Kaguya, I haven't done my buyer invest video. I got to do that at some point. Sorry, work again. Comes out February 17th, 2023. Miss Valentine's Day by just that much. But this is coming out. Remember, there are no signatures on the cards. There are no serial numbers. There is just going to be these stamps. You're only going to get stamps on these cards. It's disappointing. And I'm not going to rehash that, but some people do not like the marching band outfits as well. So moving on, we have Bushiroad Spring Fest 2023. Just to show you again the prizes. These were the magazine promos. I'm just going to flip through this real quick so that we have this on record. You also have the regional championship going on here. There is the listed schedule. Good luck to anybody that wants to sign up and compete in there. It's going to be fun. I hope I get enough experience under me to eventually play in this. Probably not this year. I doubt I should join for that. But individually, I don't mind losing. I don't want to bring a team down. Here are the prizes, though. Again, we've seen this. We got Chica here from the second set. This is also a going first, going second card. I really wish we did get those going first, going second cards. And then you have this Avatar PR as well. So moving on, Bushiroad Championship Series prizes. This is coming up this weekend, so check it out. They're going to be streaming it on Twitter. There's this Avatar card, we have this Hololive card, and then all of these finalist participation PR cards. So playmats, all that good stuff. Hololive. I remember talking about this, and I still don't know what to make of this Hololive Zero Generation champion card. I feel like it should have been something different, but you know what? It's not a bad card to have. I'm assuming that there's going to be a decent number of people that will want this for their Hololive sets. So keep in mind here that there are entry PR cards, there's free fight PR cards, so you don't actually have to be one of the people that won their way in here. This championship right here, it is located at the Los Angeles Convention Center. You are allowed to actually come to it. The entry fee is free. You might want to double check that, but I will show you here when this loads up onto the page. Load for me. There we go. Just to show you real quick, are there any entry fees? There are no entry fees to Bushiroad Championship Series 2022 World Finals. So if you want any of these PRs, the ones that you can actually get for showing up or playing, you might want to check this out. It's going to be really cool. I wish I could go, but California is a long ways away from me. Not going to be happening. And anyways, for the people that cannot go to this, as myself, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the Bushiroad English Conference Winter 2023. This will be happening during the World's Final on Twitch TV. So we will be watching that on approximately, I'm kind of nervous about this, approximately 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Probably if there's games or something. If there's conflicts, maybe a game goes a little bit late, but somewhere around there is going to be our Bushiroad English Conference. And for Weiss Schwarz, anyways, we've talked about this. There were 4 hints that were dropped on what would be coming to English Weiss Schwarz. And you can see that here. Look at that boat just chugging along. So we got the first one already. It is Revue Starlight. People are wondering, like, why the heck would they announce this already? Probably because pre-orders available until February 17th. So they had to put that out there so people could get their orders in, right? They want to give enough lead time there to actually have people think about it and get it in. I think it's, when we saw this happens a lot with English where they pre-announce their announcements, right? This isn't the first time it happened. Hopefully, though, they can keep number 2, 3, and 4 under wraps. I mean, most people already have an understanding of what number 2 is going to be. Obviously, Slime came out on Friday for Japan side, set 3. That's probably going to be what it is. Azur Lane or some other boat anime like Kantai will be that one. Number 4, no one has any clue about. I say almost nobody has. I think there's some people with some stern convictions on what it could be, but we don't really know that. I don't think anybody could say 100% what that actually is. Like, there's enough people that would say majority rules, right? If we had to go, if 51% of the people out there could say a title, I don't think you're going to get 51%. But Revue Starlight. This one was interesting when this popped up because it is coming out on July 7th. You can see here, here's our distribution: 24 SPs, 12 triple rares, 12 SRs, 12 double rares. Be careful of that one right there. If you're selling a playset, just watch out. You got 12 double rares happening inside of this one. And this matches this set right here. You can see it's the same image. So Revue Starlight, this set came out November 8th, 2019. From the sounds of it, there's a lot of people that don't want this set. And I've been told a lot of the times how unpopular the first set was in English. So it's anyone's guess on why this one's coming out for English. I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a plan for this. It just can't happen this way, right? With inflation happening. I have to show you the Bushiroad quarterly financial statement. It did come out, and they did hit on the fact that inflation was a big deal. As with other companies, I don't know. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just take a look at Microsoft and layoffs and see why they said they're laying people off. So I don't imagine that's going to happen with Bushiroad, but if they decide to increase prices on product, that wouldn't be surprising at all. So Slime 3, from a player perspective, I am not. So I'm not going to talk about the cards. I'm just going to look at the prices. When I look at the prices, they look pretty normal to me when I look at Japanese. These weren't like Slam Dunk, Azur Lane, or some kind of lewd kind of set. You have the normal numbers, right? We got the biggest one when it comes to an SP, 24,800 on Shuna. And then if you take a look at the SECs, we got a Rimuru at 49,800, the other one 17,800, and there's a decent amount of them actually sold out, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 sold out, and some remaining on the others. Not really surprising to me at all when I consider how Slime has been. You know, over first set, second set, and now we get this set. Not really surprising. When I took a look at the cards and the card art itself, again, not looking at any sort of player perspective at all because I cannot do that at this time. These cards all look just okay, right? I don't know how this plays yet. We'll see if people use it tournament wise or anything like that. But there's nothing that crazily sticks out in terms of people buying up cards or anything like that. I think the big one right here is the double rare Shuna 1980. And more than likely, if I scroll back up here, yes, that is the expensive version of the SP that we have up there as we have with the double rares. So numbers match, makes sense. They use this in card art? They did. They did. And the Maylene too, right? They did. Oh, I hate that so much. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Oh, they did. Look at this. We have Shion. Please don't tell me you did that. You did. You did it with the Rimuru too. Oh god. Oh god. To me, sorry, I say this, and you've heard me say this. It's just it lacks that creativity, right? You could stick a signature on there. You can add like gold foil or whatever you want on. There's no gold on this one, but it just doesn't feel like you put a lot of effort into it, and that's what hurts the most. Right? That's I like having parallels that are slightly different from the base rarity. Anyways, I'm moving on. When I looked at that, there was nothing special that popped out of me. Hopefully, you got that. When I looked at the schedule, you know, we have a few things coming up that I know people are real excited for. We had Azur Lane. We had Slime come out. You had Heaven's Burn Red. But then I saw this. I completely forgot about this. Hololive Booster Pack. This product is the Weiss Schwarz English version Booster Pack Hololive. It came out on May 13th, 2022. I just wanted to talk about this because the interesting part about this was the pricing on it. So the retail price 92.75 yen, tax included. The price differs from the Japanese version for imported products. If you're wondering how much this costs normally, if you take a look at Heaven's Bird Red, which I'm totally excited for, I know a lot of people had a lot of things to say about Heaven Bird Red in the last week. We're not going to go there, but you can see the suggested retail price 70.40 yen. Hololive 92.75 because of the imported product part. I have to go and look around and see if is there a huge demand in Japan for English cards. That is something that I am going to be bothered mentally about until I find out. So we'll see. We'll see on this one. I mean, there's no date on here, and Slime actually came out after that. So my guess is it's already out there. I just completely dropped the ball and forgot about it. So I assume it's there. Man, they really printed a lot of this if they're actually importing it to Japan, right? I know it's not printed in Japan, so they're doing that there. Anyways, okay, moving on. We have Seven Deadly Sins Revival of the Commandments booster box. This is something I wanted to watch for a while because remember first time Seven Deadly Sins came out, tons of people bought into it. Because of that, there was a lot of supply and the price dropped on the first set for a real long time up until we started getting closer and closer to this second set, the revival of the commandments. Right now you are seeing booster boxes at $48.50, and it is a gradual going down. It didn't like drop down into like the low 40s like other sets have, just because I don't think there was a whole lot of this stuff out there. When I popped this one open, you could see with the amount of buying, it has definitely dropped off. there's time periods here, like today is actually the 22nd. Last sale was the 21st. Before that was the 20th. Before that was the 17th. So you had 3 days there where nothing sold. And there's a bunch on the 17th. But if you go down this list, there is not a lot of buying on this product. Heck, there's not even a ton of product. You have 17 listings. There should have been more than that when you take a look at other sets in comparison. So at 48.50, is this a fail or not? I feel like it's definitely not the greatest of sets and definitely reflected in the price, but with low amounts of interest in it, low amounts of supply comes opportunity if you're willing to wait. So you can see the pricing on these SPs, they've held up pretty well. And to me, it feels like, I don't want to say Escanor or bust, but if you get an Escanor card, you're sitting at least a little bit better than if you would have got a Hawk or a King at this point. That's right. So you can see here Escanor, $320.97. One sale that happened on January 13th. If you had an Elizabeth, what's Our Lady Elizabeth doing? She did have 4 sales. Ooh, I know you're gonna be like, ooh, all you people out there. But remember, there's sales on Facebook. There's sales on other websites as well. You can see 319.95 was the last one that happened on January 20th, and before that was January 13th. So you get the idea. There's not a huge amount of demand when it comes to TCG player at all. And when you look at the other cards, they are holding up decently well. When you look at the Deadly Sin rares outside of King, oh god, Gother, no sales. Do people really hate you? I thought Gother was okay, a little bit weird, but I mean that's the character, right? We have these. Okay, I'm moving on from the Deadly Sin rares. We have the SRs as well. Remember, and you can see like, take a look at Meliodas. You got 4 listings there. We got Derriere, she's 4 listings. There's not a huge amount of these, and there are people that actually do buy them. So it's not the lack of, there is a lack of demand and there's a lack of supply. And one day when someone decides to actually take them all out, what happens from there? Is there going to be an opportunity to open these, or someone going to look for the booster box in the future? And I think that's the problem with this actual set. The fact that it was okay popularity wise, unless someone like comes up with a crazy deck, there's not going to be this giant push up into the prices. And if there is a set or a deck that is actually found of it, these things are going to go up. They're going to go up, and with the lack of supply, it's going to be very hard to bring it back down, right? Because there's only so many of these booster boxes. This is probably the only case I could see making for 7 Deadly Sins in the short term. If you can hope that there's a player out there that figures out a way to make some of this, I don't want to say playable. How about win? Prove it out and have it win. You should really give these people like money, right? Because creation of a deck that becomes meta, that would be nice. There we are. But you can see the triple rares. It's just okay. It's normal looking. When I say normal looking, yeah, I mean, like, when I took a look at these double rares, there's 119, 150, 340. That's normal looking. When you take a look at Escanor, that is not normal looking. It is $16 plus 99-cent shipping. So $16.99. It was actually sold out earlier this week. So there are people that are really wanting Escanor cards. You can see this list actually goes down and down and down. Like, you can see this massive listing. So there hasn't been anyone that sold at $16.99 at this point, but we're getting there. Someone's eventually going to buy it, especially if, again, you can make a deck and it proves out to actually win in tournaments. So we have rares. I took a look at the rares. Escanor again, obviously using it in the deck. And then we have these promos. What the heck is happening with these promos? Where are the promos? That's my question. The foil ones, anyways. The one that you're supposed to get for buying this stuff. I know people said before that they didn't receive it yet, so Where are they? It actually goes back to the Shioka over here, this lunar one, because people were saying that they haven't gotten their stuff. It's nice to give out these promos, but where are the promos going to be at? So you can see here, only 2 sales so far, $9.99, and you only have this seller which has 10 of these promo cards. Not saying anything about that. I'm just saying they have 10. So there's people that actually have this. I'm not sure why there's not more listings of it. Maybe one day we'll find out. Maybe one day people will get it and they'll put it up for sale. So listings of what is to come. There's not really much to talk about. I took a look at power up sets. I know people are still upset about not getting reprints for those. Data Live is coming out there. I'm excited personally for that. We have Bang Tree 5th anniversary. And then I guess we'll find out about what's coming out during the English Bushiroad conference with myself, YunoTCG, and Audrey. So join me then at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Right? Right. All right, there we go. Let's just say that again. Approximately 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. So again, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. I didn't say that earlier. So I'm going back there now. Okay, we have Saikano. The reason why I wanted to hit on Saikano is we have Saikano. Which version? The second one. We have Saikano the second coming out on May 5th. It is the flat version. So we have serial numbers on there, no signatures. Again, this is where we're sitting at now, which is really sad, right? The highest one is Megumi, $91.06. Have there been a lot of sales of it? A decent number. Look at that one at the bottom. Again, I'm not making fun of the person. $274.99. And look at where we are at now. That just really stinks. $91.06. That's currently where those SPs are. Here is the trial deck one, $141, which is actually higher than I thought it would be because the auction center on Facebook, I believe it was $80, right? You could quote, you don't quote me on that. Go out there and check. But this trial deck, not so good. No signatures, no serial numbers on these things. It needed it. It needed something. It needs a little bit of life. And then we got our triple rares from the trial deck. Those are going to be your biggest triple rares, if you notice that. Those are nice ones. I do have all 3 of these at this point, so I do like having them. I wonder what my wife thinks when she walks into the one room where I have these displayed at. I never ask her, but it makes me wonder what she's thinking when she sees this stuff. She's okay with it, is what she says, but internally in my own mind, I'm like, I wonder if she really is. I second guess myself a lot on that one. SR's Utaha's your biggest one, Izumi, and then the rest are just kind of downhill from there. It makes me sad when I see really low SRs. I know this one is the trial deck one. But you have Michiru, 117. Michiru's double rare has actually been okay, right? Like it's Icy Tail Michiru, that's where Icy Tail came from. And you can see this one's, it's not too bad. 343 for a Michiru double rare. The double rares are, I guess, hanging on. We'll see what happens when it comes out with Saikano Flat. I know there are some cards that you may want to pick up. I mean, people have done it. You can see that here with the rares, with the nostalgic memory Airy for $4.99. That's where we're at with this Airy. And most notable is the fact that there are only 6 listings. You also have this uncommon right here. I just went and looked at uncommons, but this is your biggest one. This is your biggest one. Come on, load. All right, there we go. Pulling an all-nighter to game. That is $1.11. You need to add in shipping as well. So you can see people have been buying up some of the cards. Even Unexpected Gift, Izumi 324, okay? And the one other card that I know people are looking at was the Stealthy Classmate Megumi. This is the one you get from your actual shop, playing in the shop. It is $5.99 currently. There is a lot of sales on this, as I can scroll down here and show you. So a decent number of them have actually sold, 3 listings left, and nothing else that I really want to talk about there. Okay. All right, lastly, Peng Dream. Girls Band Party Cheering Collection. I knew a few people that actually asked me about that over the time period because it was at that pop-up shop. Yeah, it was at the pop-up shop, and eventually it was going to end up in the Bushiroad Global online store. I need to check here. Cheering. I checked out Sparkling. It wasn't there because it shouldn't be. And then there's no cheering collection at this point. And I don't know when it's going to show up. They just said eventually it would. So if you're out there and you wanted this cheering collection, again, I wouldn't buy it at some crazy price. This is $100 at the pop-up store. For the Bushiroad site, you would think it would be $100, but then you'd have to pay some crazy amount for shipping. Shipping's really expensive on here, but it's not out there yet. So don't pay any like $300 for that. It should be coming out eventually on the Bushiroad Global Online Store. That's what it says. Don't kill me if it doesn't, but right there. Followed by Bushiroad Global Online Store and events at a later date, but not out there currently. The other thing, when I was out here on the Bushiroad Global Online Store, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but it did catch my eye. Let me zoom in. I zoomed in too much. Now it's gone. But if you look under Y Schwarz, you could see this right here. Y Schwarz Blau. There you go. So at some point, it looks like they're going to be adding Weiss Schwarz Blau to the Bushiroad Global online store. So if you wanted to have Chikawa, if you wanted to have A3, or maybe Zingai, right? I think it was Zingai. One day you may see it on here, and this may be your way to play with some girls. Not in a weird way or mean way or anything like that. We see from the pictures. So if you go out there, what I mean is go out there on Y Schwarz Blau Twitter, you will see pictures of all these teaching sessions and all that. And one thing you're going to notice, a heavy population of female players or females just playing this game, learning how to play it. It was one of those ones. We joked about it on the live where it's like, if you want to play with girls, this is the way you do it. So that is interesting that they put it here. I want, because to this date, and someone can tell me, have anybody seen translations for this? I have not seen it. So even though it may be coming out, even though you buy it, unless there's some sort of translations for it, that really does you no good to own the product and not be able to read it, even though it's a simplified version out there. So that is everything for Y Schwarz related. I wanted to say I did go out and see Missing today at the movie theaters. It was a lot of fun. I will recommend if you're looking for a movie and you haven't seen Missing to go out there and watch it. Did pretty well, like 82% critics, 91% audience. Really, really good. They had a movie before. It was called Searching, so same kind of idea on there, right? Where someone goes missing, or you're looking, and they need to find that person. Right? It kept me on the edge of my seats. I will say, I felt like the whole time I thought I knew what was about to happen, but something else happened. It was a really cool movie. Something that I haven't seen in a long time. Like there's been a lot of action movies, pretty predictable. Comedies, pretty predictable. But this one was actually decent enough. Like as in there was enough twists and turns to keep you guessing, which is really cool to see after a while. And that is everything. I need to go shortly because I need to get my gambling on. So everybody out there, if I don't get a chance to make a video, hopefully I'm making I think 3 videos this week. So hopefully I can hit that. But I really do need to get my work project done. I need to get it done by the 31st. If I can hit that, then I can get back to my normal schedule. So let's see if I can do that. With that, as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.